Hello everyone, welcome to Officers at 24/7. First of all, happy Holi to all of you. And on this particular occasion, I am coming up with a very special session for all of you. So as you know, Principle and Practices of Banking is a very important subject of yours. It is a paper 2. And in this particular session, you will find a lot of questions which are related to statement-based question and the case study question for your PPB. So do not forget to join this particular session only on Officers at 24/7. Everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So as you know, we are having 6 AM class in which we are discussing your PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking, for each and every unit of you. So we have started the module B. If I talk about the PPB subject, it's the Principles and Practices of Banking, and it's the paper 2 of your JAIIB May 2024. And when we talk about paper 2, it means after IE/IFS you will get only 1 week difference for your PPB, and in the 1 week we have to cover a lot in form of revision and last minute revision, I can say, or we can say we have to do everything in 1 week. And to make it possible that in 1 week we will cover the whole PPB syllabus in form of revision and all, for that you have to study right now in very depth. It means in a very much conceptual understanding way you have to cover this particular subject, because this subject is going to be very large. We have 4 modules, 55 minutes are there. It means 1000 pages books is actually it is, and if 1000 pages book we have to cover, we have to start very early. So if you haven't started yet, start preparing for your JAIIB May 2024 paper. Apart from that, if I talk about if I'm talking about your JAIIB preparation, the PPB, if you haven't seen the earlier session, we have started these series, Achiever series, for all the 4 subjects of you from 4th of December. And the playlist is available on Officers at 24/7. So if you haven't seen the playlist yet, or if this is your first class, do make sure you check all the recordings of the sessions. It is available on the channel. Okay, so let's move forward, and today we are having the class number 5 of module B. So as I have told you, module A we have completed, and now we are continuing the module B, class number 5 here. Okay, so if you haven't seen the earlier session, do check it, because all the units, all the topics, all the subtopics, everything is very much important for your JAIIB preparation. Everything have to be covered in the JAIIB preparation. Okay, so let's start. Today we have to cover the topic that is types of collateral and their characteristics. That's the module B, class number 5. If I talk about the unit number, this is the unit 25th. If you talk about the overall unit, this is your unit number 25 for PPB, sorry, not IEFS, out of 55 unit. Today we are talking about 25th unit. That's a part of your module B. And if we talk about the number of class we are having, this is the 5th class of module B. Okay, and you can say the topic name is types of collateral and their characteristics. So collateral is simply something we are talking about which you gives as a security. Collateral means something that you give as a security. If I am taking a loan, it's very obvious, without taking any security, bank won't be sanctioning me the loan. So the collateral is very important. Collateral is not there only in case when you find out that there is a certain government scheme going on in which third party or collateral free guarantee loan will be given to you. So only in the government securities form, or I can say only in case of social welfare, there is collateral free loan is available. Otherwise, in all the condition, you have to give the collateral. Okay, so let's start with the first question, that is asking about LTV ratio in case of loan against gold jewelry is dash. What should be the LTV ratio in case of your loan you are taking against the gold jewelry? So LTV actually is what? It is loan to value. It is what? It is loan to value. What should be the loan to value ratio is? So loan to value ratio is simply a financial metric. It compares the amount of loan to the value of an asset. Like your amount of loan the bank is providing to you, amount of loan, okay, when it compares the value of an asset you are giving for a security. So what amount of loan you are taking from a bank, and for that amount of loan, what value of an asset. Asset means whatever you are giving in a security. Like if you are giving gold in a security, like what's the value of your gold? When you compare these two, this is known as loan to value. And in case of gold jewelry, what should be the loan to value of your loan? 50%, 75%, 100%, 85%. So the right answer is 75%. Your loan to value ratio should be 75% if you are providing, or if bank is providing, or if you are taking loan on the gold jewelry. Okay, so right answer will be your B. Next question. Next we have loan against minor's term deposit. Now who is minor? Minor is a person who have not attained the age of 18 years yet. That person is known as minor. So after attaining the age of 18 years, you will be known as a major. Okay. So if you are taking loan against the minor's FD or the term deposit, what will be correct statement from here? First is saying can be granted if the documents are signed if the minor has completed the age of 14 years. Second, cannot be granted, it is saying can be granted, it is saying cannot be granted. So first of all, we should eliminate the answers. And if we talk about loan against the minor's term deposit, it can be granted. It is not like you cannot give on loan on that, you can give loan on that. So it means I can eliminate the B option here only. Okay, because it is starting with the cannot be provided. Okay, so B is eliminated. C is saying can be granted to the guardian of the minor if it is for the necessities of whom? Of the minor, and this is our answer. So on minor's term deposit, the term deposit you have on the name of a minor, it is allowed to provide loan on that, but only when this loan is taken by the guardian and for the purpose to fulfill the necessity of a minor. So your right answer will be C. It can be granted for the necessity of the minor. Right answer is C. Okay. Next question we have, that is talking about loans against the security of shares, debentures, public sector undertaking bonds to individual should not exceed the limit of dash per individual borrower if the securities are held in the demat form. Demat form means electronic form. If you have securities in electronic form, that is known as demat form. Apart from that, shares you all know, in which you get the ownership, you get the partnership in the company. Your profit and loss depends on the company's profit and loss because you became the partner. Okay. Now, debenture is your debt instrument on which you are taking loan from the public. So you have to return within a certain specified period of time with the rate of interest. That's your debenture. And when it comes to the bonds or public sector undertaking, that is also same. If you are issuing bonds and debenture, they both are the debt instrument. They have to be returned by the company or bank or whoever is issuing the bonds and debenture within a maturity, for a fixed maturity period. After that ends, you have to return the money with the rate of interest. So now what is the amount here? It is it 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh or 50 lakh? 10, 15, 20 and 50. So your right answer is actually 20 lakh. So loan against the security of shares, debenture, public sector undertakings, bonds to individual, it should not exceed the limit of what? 20 lakh. So your right answer will be C option. Okay, right answer we have is C. Next question. Next we have here, that is talking about in terms of section 19(2) of Banking Regulation Act 1949, no banking company shall hold share in any company whether as pledgee, mortgagee or absolute owner of an amount exceeding 30% of the paid up share capital of the company or 30% of dash, whichever is less. Share held in a demat form should also be included for the purpose of determining the exposure limit. So what do you think? Which of the following is correct? So the section 19(2) of Banking Regulation Act 1949 says that the no banking company shall hold shares in any company, and that's true. You cannot, any bank, when you talk about any particular bank, no bank can take the shareholding of any company. Like bank cannot hold the share of TCS or any other company. Okay, that's the condition. And whether as pledgee or mortgagee or absolute owner, you cannot own that. Okay, of exceeding amount, that is 30%. Up to 30% you can have, more than that is not allowed, of the paid up capital of the company, or the 30% of what? Own paid up share capital and reserves, tangible net worth, risk weighted asset, paid up capital. So paid up capital already defined, 30% is allowed. It is not true. Risk, why you will have a risk weighted assets ownership? No. Tangible net worth? No. It should be own paid up share capital and reserves. Whatever your own paid up capital is, of that 30% is allowed to hold in any company. Okay. So the right answer will be A option. Right answer is A option. If you remember, it is the same, what we can call it, the same rule is there with the insurance company as well. Adda said that no insurance company can hold more than 30% share of any banking company. But in case of LIC, when it purchased the IDBI, that was the exceptional case for which Adda have given the permission to hold more than 30% shares that have been taken by LIC, 51% share of IDBI, and it was allowed for a particular period of time. After it completes that period, that is 3 years, I guess, after that the shareholding have to be reduced. And now you can see the LIC is continuously reducing its shareholding, because this is the norm, this is the condition have been given by RBI as well as Adda for insurance company. Next question. Documents of title to goods has been defined in. So the document of title to goods has defined in which particular act? Indian Contract Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, Transfer of Property Act, Sale of Goods Act. A, B, C or D. So you are talking about a document of title to goods. So obviously it will be defined where? The Sale of Goods Act. So right answer we have is D. You have a right answer is D. So Sale of Goods Act talks about the documents of title to goods. Okay, next question. Next we have the nature of charge created while advancing against LIC policy is dash. It is what? Is it assignment? Is it lien? Is it pledge? Is it set off? So these are the type of collaterals we can say, and their characteristics we are talking about here. So the nature of charge created while advancing against what? The LIC policy. When you are providing loan, when you are giving loan to the particular party by taking collateral in form of LIC policy, in that situation it will be known as what? The assignment, lien, pledge or set off. And the answer will be, it is the assignment. It's the assignment. Okay, because set off is when you use one account to settle down your credits. That's the set off when bank do that. Pledge is simply a type of collateral in which you give movable property whose possession remains with the lender and the ownership remains with the borrower. And lien is simply which gives the right to the bank that you can have the possession of the collateral until and unless customer returns the loan. Okay, so the right answer will be assignment because you are providing LIC policy, and the right answer is A. I guess clear? Next. Which of the following are the modes of financing book debts? Which of the following are the modes of financing book debts? Factoring, forfeiting, overdraft, cash credit, hypothecation of book debts, all of the above. So, which of the following can be used to do what? To simply finance the book debts? A, B, C or D? And the right answer is all of the. By all of the, you can finance your book debts. You can have factoring, you can have forfeiting, you can have overdraft, you can have cash credit against the hypothecation of book debts. Hypothecation is what? It is also a type of collateral in which the possession and ownership both remains with the borrower. Okay. And I guess factoring and forfeiting, I have told you so many times, it's simply the immediate cash banks provide to the seller, so that he can perform the another transaction. Now, so right answer will be D, all of the above. Okay, your right answer will be D. Next question. Next we have, which of the following is not a disadvantage of gold loan? Not a disadvantage. It means gold loan has its advantages as well as disadvantages. So, which of the following is not a disadvantage of your gold loan? First is saying valuation of studs, jewelry, fashion plated, coated, hollow ornaments are difficult. And this is true. Right, this is actually the disadvantage. Like you feel that this is difficult to make the valuation of the gold jewelry. Testing for purity of gold without destructive test may not give precise result. And that is also true. This is also disadvantage. Until and unless you have destructive test, you won't be getting the actual value of gold. So right answer, this is also true. This is also a disadvantage. Gold ornaments handling is risky due to likelihood of loss, theft, etc. And this is also true. When you are taking gold loan, you are providing your gold to the bank. है ना? The possession goes with the bank in that situation. It's an example of pledge. And in this situation, it is risky for the bank. What if someone have stolen this or something? है ना? This is also a disadvantage. Gold loan, it means right answer will be D. Gold can be easily stored in secured manner. This is true. This is the advantage. This is the advantage of providing gold loan. Rest were the disadvantages. So, right answer will be your D. Okay, right answer is your D. The last one is advantage, not a disadvantage. So, next question we have, which of the following statement is are correct? Which of the following statement is are correct? First is saying interim bills against which of the the government pays 80 to 85% of amount. Second is saying final bill for the balance of 15 to 20% that will be paid after complete verification of goods at the point of destination. Because of the delay involved in the settlement of final bills, bank should prefer the interim bill for advancing the final bill for collection. So, I can say both the statement are true. None of them is incorrect. Interim bills is actually the bill against which government pays 80 to 85% of the amount. And when you talk about final bills, it is the balance of 15 to 20% that will be paid after the completing verification of goods at the point of destination, because it can got delay, na? That's why. So, right answer is both are the correct statement about interim bill and the final bill. Okay, next. Next question is, which of the following types of life insurance policies are not acceptable as security due to certain condition attached to them? Like which of the following life insurance policy is not cannot be used for the purpose of taking loan against them, है ना? Like you cannot give them as a collateral, you cannot give them as a security. So first is saying children endowment policy, policies taken out specifically for purpose like state duty. Then children deferred policy. Then we have policies with nomination under section 6 of the Married Women's Property Act and all. So what do you think? I guess right answer is all. All these are such kind of life insurance policy which you cannot give as a collateral. It cannot be used as a collateral by you. So the right answer will be E. Okay, right answer we have is E. Clear? Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Sir 24/7. So first of all, do let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So this is our session for the PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking. As you all know, we have started the Achiever series for your May 2024 paper of JAIIB, in which we are discussing each and every unit in a particular day for your PPB subject at 6 AM and for IE IFS subject at 7 PM from Monday to Saturday. So if we talk about the PPB, this is our class number 14 for PPB, in which we are discussing the questions regarding your module A. So we have started the series from the module A. So this is also a class of module A, in which we are having the 14th number class here. Okay, so before starting the session, those who are joining the session first time, I would like to inform you that we are having these session Monday to Saturday, in the morning at 6 AM for PPB and in the evening at 7 PM for IE/IFS. These two sessions are important for your May 2024 paper of JAIIB. As you know, the paper 1 of your JAIIB is IE/IFS and the paper 2 is your PPB, and both the subject have a huge syllabus. So it is very important we start early our preparation, we start practicing the questions with the conceptual understanding, so that in the end time we won't be get confused like how to cover this much syllabus of the subject. Okay, that's why it is very important to start early your preparation regarding both the subjects. So in today's session, this is the class number 14. If you haven't seen earlier session, the recording is available. You can go to the playlist of Officers at a 24/7 channel. There you will find 1 to 13th number class for your PPB, and same for your IE/IFS, same for your retail banking and wealth management, same for AFM. So the same series is going on for your all the 4 subjects of your JAIIB, and all the series of subject are going on similar way like we are having the PPB and IE/IFS. It means every series had already given you 13 lectures. Okay, so let's start in today's session with the first question, that is talking about consider the following statement in terms of protection under section 131 is subject to satisfying conditions. So which of the following statement is incorrect, the question is asking. So you can see so you can see the question. We have seen maximum in these series, that is a statement based question, like which of the following is correct, which of the following is incorrect. These kind of sessions we are practicing more, because this have been seen in the paper. They are giving you the lengthy questions, they are giving you the questions with conceptual understanding. The whole paragraph will be divided into 3 to 4 statement, and 4 statement will be given to you. Out of that you have to find out which statement is correct and which is incorrect. So the same pattern we are practicing here. The question is asking about the section 131. So consider the following statement in terms of protection under section 131 is subject to satisfying condition. So which of the following statement is or are incorrect, you have to answer. The first statement is saying the collecting banker acts in good faith. Second is saying it acts without negligence. It receives payment by a customer. The check is crossed generally or especially to the collecting bank. So which of the following statement is incorrect here? Which of the following statement is incorrect here? A, B, C or D? Let me know. The answer for this question will be your okay. So the question is asking about protection you are getting from section 131. So the right answer will be your C, only third. It receives payment by a customer. That's not a kind of protection under the section 131 will be provided. Hana? So the right answer will be C, only third statement is the incorrect statement. So this is your right answer, C option. Clear? Now you can see simply the conditions for protection that have been given under section 131. It is first, the collecting banker acts in good faith. Second, it acts without negligence. Third, it receives payments for a customer. From a customer not. You are not receiving payment from the customer. You have received payment for a customer. That's why your C option was right. That's why your third statement was wrong. Okay. Now the check is crossed generally or especially. Then it verifies prima facie genuineness of the check for collecting payment under the CTS clearing. Then it looks for any fraud, forgery, tampering that can be verified with the due diligence and ordinary care and is apparent on the face of the check to be truncated. So these are the conditions for protection under section 131 have been defined. Clear? Do remember all these conditions. Very important. Now, the second question is asking here, consider the following statement in relation to the condition to be satisfied for claiming protection under section 131. Which of the following statement are incorrect? First is saying the banker should act in good faith and without negligence in receiving payment. The banker should receive payment for a customer, act as mere agent for collection. The person for whom the banker acts must be his customer. The check must be bearer check. So these are the certain conditions written in front of you, and the question is asking which of the following statement are incorrect here in context to the claiming protection under section 131. So what do you think, which of the following is correct? Let me know. Okay, so the right answer for this particular question will be your only 4, that the check must be a bearer check. This is the incorrect statement in this context. So right option will be your D. The right option we have D. Okay, because these are the conditions in front of you. So the condition that to be satisfied for claiming protection under section 131, the first is correct, that the banker should act in the good faith and without the negligence in receiving payment. Second is also correct, the banker should receive payment for a customer, act as mere agent for customer. Then the third is also correct, that the person for whom the banker acts must be his customer. For this, the right condition is, or the correct condition is, the check should be one cross generally or especially to the bank. Okay, in the option we were seeing that the option was saying the check must be the bearer check. No, it should be cross check generally or especially. That's why the fourth statement was wrong in the option, in the question. So right answer was D. Now next question we have, under duties of a banker in India were obtaining introduction by an existing customer of the bank. So this was not always possible, especially for a newly opened branch. In such cases, the customer were required to get reference from which of the following? Known person in the locality, from their existing banker, either A or B or none of the above. So under duties of a bank, right, we are talking about that the banker in India were obtaining introduction by an existing customer of the bank. This was not always possible, especially for a newly opened branch. So in such cases, the customer were required to get reference from whom? So now if we talk about this introduction process have been totally stopped now. Reason, because now we have KYC. Now you have know your customer, so you do not have to go through with the introduction, है ना? But yes, if this case happens, then the reference will be allowed to get from the known person in the locality and from their existing banker. So it means right answer will be C. Okay, right answer is what? Your C. But now this introduction have been removed totally, because now you are having know your customer. Okay, so this is the explanation. Duties to confirm the reference where the referee is not known or has given reference in absent. So first is Banker India were obtaining introduction by existing customer of the bank. This was not always possible, especially when you have a newly opened branch. In this case, customer were required to get references from known person in locality and from their existing banker. So that's why answer was C, either A or B. Okay, now we have next question. So do make sure I have added the explanation. Now from today onwards, I will be adding the explanation in the next slide, so that you will be able to remember or to understand the reason why this question was this, why the answer was A not D, why the answer was C not B. Okay, so that's why I am adding the explanation, so that you will have a combined study, what is right and what is wrong, and in place of wrong what should be there, because it will help you to have a proper study of concepts. Okay, now under the duty to follow the KYC norms under Prevention of Money Laundering Act rules, KYC direction of RBI, which type of account get waived off to obtaining such requirements of documents? So we know what is KYC. that know your customer. KYC is a process that each bank and financial institution have to go through so that they will know about their customer. This is very important to have. Apart from that, if we talk about money laundering, what is money laundering? Conversion of black money into white money is known as money laundering. And we want to prevent that process. What people are doing, they are converting their black money into white money by using the banking channel, by using the financial institutions channel. And we want to stop that, right? Apart from that, when we talk about this direction have to be fulfilled by each and every bank with each and every account. The question is asking which type of account get waived off to obtaining such requirement of document. Achha, apart from that, if you talk about the KYC, in KYC you have to give certain documents like proof of identity or photo identity proof, I can say, address proof and photograph you have to give. And the document which you are giving here is officially valid documents. There are 6 officially valid documents. Okay, so in the small savings bank account, you can waive off this KYC direction of RBI because these are the accounts which have been introduced or which are working towards the financial inclusion. To link more and more people with the financial product and services at an affordable cost, we have introduced this account, and that's why we are also giving a liberal situation or liberal condition in case of KYC documentation. And that's the only account where this direction can be waived off. So right answer you have is A. So you can see here, so duty to follow the KYC norms and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act rules and KYC direction of RBI. First, under this KYC norm, the identity of the customer is required to be verified by obtaining an official valid document and PAN number. Achha, do remember, PAN number is not anymore an official valid document. We have 6 official valid documents and PAN number is not one of them. Okay. Now, what required, the address can be evidenced by obtaining a latest copy of electricity or telephone bill. Only for a small account, this requirement is waived. Obtaining introduction has been rendered redundant and requirement has been dispensed with. So now you do not have to give the introduction, and as well as in the small accounts, there is no requirement of providing your photo identity and the address proof. It have also been waived off by RBI just to make sure that the people will be easily able to link with the financial product and services. That's why this have been done. Now, next question. Section 131A of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 extends the protection granted to a banker while dash. While what? Receiving payment of a draft, making payment of a check, endorsing payment of a check, all of the above. Which of the following is correct? In which situation? So section 131 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, it extends the protection granted to a banker while what? While receiving payment of a draft. While receiving payment of a draft, this protection have been extended to the banker. So right answer will be your A option. Next question. The condition for collecting bank to claim protection has been laid down under the dash. So under which act the condition for collecting bank to claim the protection have been defined? Is it Indian Contract Act? Is it Banking Regulation Act? Is it Negotiable Instrument Act? Or is it Banking Companies Act? So it's very simple. Regarding the negotiable instrument, you are talking about providing protection to the collecting bank. So it is defined under which act? It is defined under Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Same for collecting bank, same for paying bank. The Negotiable Instrument Act it will be. So right answer is C. Next question. When a banker receives information that check for collecting is lost, the banker should dash. What a banker have to do when the banker got the information that the check for collection is lost? What's the responsibility of a banker here? First, inform the drawer. Second, inform the drawee. Third, inform the RBI. Exercise due caution while collecting the check. Which of the following will be the responsibility of a banker? So if we talk about a check, there are three parties. One is drawer. Second is drawee. Okay, and the third we have pay. So drawer is the person who is issuing the check. The person who is making the check, the maker of a check, the issuer of a check. Drawee will always be a bank. Okay, and pay will be the receiver. Who is receiving the money is the pay. Okay, so question is asking here, the check is lost. Check for collection is lost. Now what should be done by the banker? What should be done by the drawee, it means? So it simply say it exercise due caution while collecting the check. Okay, so right answer will be D. It have to do what? It have to be more cautious about accepting the check or about collecting the check. So right answer we have is D. Okay, next question. Now, which of the following statement is not the duty of a bank? Which of the following is not a duty of a bank, you have to answer. So when we talk about bank have a banker-customer relationship. The banker-customer relationship defines like what kind of services the customer is taking from a bank. Second, we also have a banker-special relationship. Now when it comes to the special relationship, it defines what duties, what rights are there with the bank. Like right of set-off, right of appropriation, right of line, we can say. See, these are the things that the duties and rights of a banker will cover under the banker special relationship. So out of these, which of the following is not a duty of a bank? First, duty to open the account with reference and sufficient documentary proof. Duty to confirm the reference where the referee is not known or has given reference in absentia. Duty to follow the KYC norms under Prevention of Money Laundering Act rules and KYC direction of RBI. Duty to ensure crossing and special crossing. Duty to verify an instrument for any apparent defect in the instrument. Duty to take into account the state of customer's account. Negligence of collecting bank in collecting check payable to the customer. So out of these, which of the following is not the duty of a bank? A, B, C or D? Which of the following is not a duty of a bank? A, B, C or D? And your right answer will be D. Actually, this fourth point, that duty to take into account the state of customer's account, this is not the duty of a banker. Okay, so right answer will be your D option, that is option number 6. Okay, so the negligence of collecting bank in collecting check payable to the customer is not the duty of your bank. So right answer will be your D option. So you can see these are the duties of a bank. So here why we are saying this is wrong, you can see here the 7th statement is wrong here because it is saying payable to the customer. It should be payable to the third party. So these all are the duty of a banker: to open account with references and sufficient documentary proof, duty to confirm the reference where the referee is not known or has given reference of absentia, duty to follow the KYC norm under Prevention of Money Laundering Act and KYC direction of RBI, duty to ensure crossing and special crossing, duty to verify the instrument for any apparent defect in the instrument, and duty to take into account the state of customer's account. All these are the duties of a bank, okay, but not the duty payable to the customer. It should be payable to the third party. So that's why the 7th statement was wrong in the last question. Now, filling the blanks, we have in the filling the blanks, you have an option to use elimination method. You can use elimination method in any question. It will help you to find out the answer more quickly and more correct answer you will be able to give. So the first statement is saying here the account was not opened by dash of cash as was the usual practice, but was opened by dash of third party check. Now, by reading this statement, we are not able to understand what type of account we are talking about. So let's continue reading. The bank inquired with the customer who produced a dash letter from his employer authorizing him to deal with this check. Hannah, to deal with what? To deal with the check. So now we can understand we are talking about that the customer is having account for what purpose? For depositing the cash. So the account was not opened by deposit of cash. So it can be either A or B, cannot be C. It can be D as well, Hannah. As the usual practice, but was opened by dash of a third party check. Opened by what? Opened by deposit of a third party check. It means it cannot be true. It can be either B or D. Okay, it cannot be opened by deposit of cash. It can be opened by deposit of a third party check. So the bank inquired with the customer who produced a dash letter. What type of letter? The forged letter from his employer authorizing him to deal with the check. What letter? The forged letter. Okay, now the check was stolen by the customer and credited to dash account, to his account, his own account. It has been deposited. So the bank was held dash for failure to make necessary inquiries from the employer as to whether the customer who has an employee had in fact the necessary power to deal with the check or not. It means the bank have done the negligence in this situation. So bank will be liable in this situation. So right answer will be your B. Okay, right answer will be your B option. So this is the liability of a bank because here the bank have done the negligence. That's why. Okay. Now, next question is, in the absence of proper KYC document, the collecting banker can be held liable for collection of a fraudulent check on the grounds of dash. On the grounds of negligence, convenience. Then next we have crime or arrogance. Which of the following is correct? So in the absence of proper KYC document, the collecting banker can be held liable, Hannah, for collection of fraudulent check on the grounds of what? On the grounds of negligence. Like in the earlier question we have discussed, Hannah, it will be seen that the negligence from the side of bank have been done. So right answer will be A. Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Office Saturday 24/7. So before starting the session, do let me know, am I audible? And also do let me know, how are you all? So this is our session regarding PPB, principles and practices of banking. As you know, every day we are having the particular topic questions to practice your module A for the PPB. If I talk about the principle and practices of banking, this is the biggest subject of your JIB, and this is your paper 2. The paper 1 is Indian economy, Indian financial system. The paper 2 you have is your PPB. So PPB have biggest syllabus. It have 55 units. All the 4 subjects have 4 modules, but the units are different here. So in the PPB you have 55 units, and trust me, it have a biggest syllabus, but still this subject is kind of a subject that makes you feel that you are easily able to do this particular questions or do this particular subject. You can easily cover this subject, or you can have good marks in this particular subject, and that's what actually bankers are thinking, and that's what actually we as a mentor also thinks that. Because the PPB, principles and practices of banking, is a subject that you guys are actually doing practice on. So you guys are already practicing certain theoretical banking in your practical life, like the certain instrument. When you read about the instrument, you are doing practical on that. You are performing NEFT, RTGS transaction, you are doing check clearance, you are doing promissory note, bill of exchange, factoring, forfeiting. All these things you are doing in the practical life, in the practical banking. But the difference is that sometimes the practical banking and the theoretical banking differs from each other, and when it differs, so we have to find out the difference between the both, and we have to understand like what should be there when you are going to answer the particular question and what you are actually doing in your branch. Let's say, for example, if I talk about, you have gotten a check in which the amount in words and figures are different. Now what you are going to do? The first case is that practical banking says that you will dishonor that check. You won't make the payment of the check and you dishonor that check, you return that check unpaid to the drawer. But the theoretical banking says that if there is a difference between amount in words and figures on a check, then you can take words as the right amount and you can make payment to the pay. You can make payment to the pay. But this is different. What you are doing in the practical banking, what you are doing, what the theoretical banking is saying, what the laws, legislations are saying, these are both different. In some cases, these are different. There are exceptional cases. But yes, so when we talk about the theoretical banking, it is a little bit tough comparative to what you are doing in a practical banking services. So as we talk about your paper of October 2023 and May 2023. So in May 2023 paper of PPB was very easy. It was very good and people got 70 plus, 75 plus marks in the PPB, right? But in October 2023 people or bankers, we can say, have faced a lot of issues in clearing the PPB subject. Now it is kind of a thing when you heard this, like bankers are not able to clear this PPB subject. It somehow gives you the doubts, like why, what happened? So when we were taking analysis of your PPB subject, so we have seen that bankers are giving us the certain topic. This have been asked, that has been asked, CBS was asked, and negotiable instrument have been asked. Apart from that, responsibility of paying bank have been asked, responsibility of collecting bank have been asked, hundi have been asked. Like these kind of topics, they were telling us that this was there. And we were being very happy at the time of analysis that yes, we have covered all these things and we have taught all these things. So now our bankers have passed this subject. But in the middle of the analysis, we have find out a lot of bankers was there who got only 44, 43, 44, 45 or let's say less than 50 marks. So they somehow was not able to clear the subjects just because 2 or 3 marks difference was there. And it was there because the question was tough. The paper was tough and the paper they have given for PPB was totally based on the case study. Maximum questions was the case study and the case study questions judge your decision making power. Like they will create a certain scenario in your bank and will ask like if this happened, what you will do? If this happened, what is the liability of a bank? If this happened, what is the liability of a customer? So they will create a kind of practical scenario in front of you and they will ask in this scenario what should be done. And that's where you have to go through your decision making power. And for that, somehow when you were studying that case study in the paper, now you will feel like this I have done already in the branch. This situation I have already faced, so you will be easily able to answer. But there are certain situations which you have not faced and that will be answered by as per your decision making capabilities. So for that, you need a conceptual understanding of the topic. You need to know the laws, rules, regulations, norms, and then what should be your decisions that will help you out to answer the question. So why I am talking about so much about this paper, because I want each and every one of you being very practical, being very serious about this subject. Do not take this subject as lightly because it was tough in October 2023. When you were studying PPB or when you start studying PPB, you will feel I know this, I know that, I know that. But the problem is the language of the paper. The problem is the pattern of the questions they are asking. Okay. So do make sure if you haven't started preparation for PPB, start it soon because it will take a lot of time to cover the subject. So let's start now. This is our 15th number class. Already 14 classes have been done. And if you want to check the recording of those classes, that is available already on Offices at the 24/7 playlist. You can go and watch from there. Now let's start today. This is the 15th class and the first question of 15th class we are talking about here is, which are the following government services handled by banks? So we know RBI works as an agent of Government of India. RBI works as an agent for central government as well as for the state government. So what RBI is doing for the government? RBI maintain the capitals of government. It means RBI maintain the budget of government. RBI maintains the gap between expenditure and revenue of Government of India by providing loan, by issuing new currency, by issuing securities and etc. So RBI has a responsibility to perform as an agent for the central government as well as the state government. Somehow the banks are also performing the certain services for your Government. And what services the banks are performing, that you have to answer. And the options statement that have been given here is, first is saying that the collection of central excise and custom duty. Second, collection of direct taxes, namely capital gains tax, gift tax, income tax, wealth tax, and opening of public provident fund accounts. Third, opening of public provident fund accounts exclusively. And fourth, collection of rents for landlords. So which of the following activities or which of the following services are handled by banks for Government of India? Which of the following government services are handled by bank, that you have to answer? A, B, C or D? A, B, C or D? So if we talk about collection of central excise and custom, this is not a working of your bank. Then if we talk about your next, okay, that is talking about collection of direct taxes, namely capital gains tax, etc. Opening of public provident fund, and then collection of rents for landlords. If we talk about what kind of services are handled by banks, so these services can be handled by public sector bank as well as private sector bank. And it's not like only public sector banks can work like this, also private sector bank can work on this. Right, so the public sector bank as well as the private sector banks are working on this. And the right answer will be your only 4, that is collection of rents from landlord. So right answer will be your C statement. It means C option, not the statement. C option, that is only 4. Okay. Now next question we have, one of the following statement is not true with respect to RTGS. So RTGS, you all know, real-time gross settlement. RTGS maintained by RBI. RTGS and NEFT is still managed by RBI. IMPS is managed by your NPCI. Okay, otherwise NEFT and RTGS, they are managed by whom? They are managed by your RBI. Funds are transferable from the branch of one bank to the branch of another bank. Second, only the corporate and government departments can avail of the facility. Third, the RTGS system is maintained and operated by RBI. Fourth, each participant bank of RTGS is required to open a dedicated settlement account for putting through this RTGS transaction. So out of these, you have to answer which of the following is not true with respect to RTGS. A, B, C or D? Not a true statement. Which of the following is not true? So RTGS is 24/7 service now. You can use the RTGS service 24/7. Okay, and RTGS can be utilized by everybody. So right answer will be your B. Only the corporates and government departments can avail this facility. This was not true. So right answer will be your B. Right answer is what? It is B. Okay, this is not true. RTGS is a 24/7 service now. Minimum 2 lakh and maximum there is no limit. You can transfer whatever amount you want in the RTGS. Okay, now next we have dash is a negotiable instrument and an order drawn by one branch of a bank instructing another branch of the bank to pay a certain sum of money to the order of a certain person. What instrument we are talking about? Is it bank draft? Is it banker's check? Is it money transfer? Is it electronic fund transfer? A, B, C or D? Which of the following is it? Dash is a negotiable instrument and an order that is drawn by one branch of a bank instructing the another branch. For what purpose? To pay a certain sum of money to the order of a certain person. And that's what, if we are saying it is an order drawn by one branch of a bank. So it is not banker's check, it is not money transfer, it is not electronic fund transfer, it is bank draft. So bank draft is drawn by the branch of a bank. So right answer is A. Okay, right answer will be your A. Next question. A dash is a financial institution that holds customer securities for safekeeping to prevent them from being stolen or lost. Then the custodian may hold stocks, bonds or other assets in electronic and physical form on behalf of its customer. And these are the 4 options in front of you: trustee bank, custodian bank, paying bank and collecting bank. So which particular bank we are talking about? That's a financial institution that hold the customer securities है ना, for safekeeping to prevent them from being stolen or lost. A, B, C or D. Which bank is it? So a bank is holding customer security for safekeeping to prevent it from what? To prevent it from the stolen or lost. It's your custodian bank. What bank it is? Obviously, it's a custodian bank of yours. Okay, that makes sure that your asset should not be stolen or something else should be done. Okay, so right answer will be your B, custodian bank. Next we have DDs and BCs. Demand draft and banker's check should be issued with the account pay crossing if the amount is dash and above. So is it 10,000 and above, 20,000 and above, 30,000 and above, and 40,000 and above? So the sign of rupee is not supported by this board. That's why it is showing you the box here, but it is rupee. Okay, it is rupee. So let me know which of the following is correct. Demand draft and banker's check should be issued with account pay crossing if the amount is dash and above. 10,000 and above, 20,000 and above, 30,000 and above, and 40,000 and above. Which of the following is correct? And the right answer is 20,000 and above, that is B. Okay, so your DD and your banker's check should be issued with account pay crossing when the amount is 20,000 and above. Next, we have one of the following statement is not true with regard to a locker facility in the bank. Okay, we are talking about the locker facility in the bank. So these are the four statements in front of you. Achha, we are discussing ancillary services that is provided by bank. So we know bank provide a lot of services to us. After that, bank also provide ancillary services like the related services, like providing locker, safekeeping, etc. So which of the following here is not true with regards to a locker facility in the bank? First is saying in the case of a sole hirer of a safety locker, nomination can be made in favor of only one individual. Okay, in case of what? In case of sole hirer. Then second is saying a locker cannot be hired by a limited company, specified association and society. Third is saying in the case of death of a sole locker hirer where there is nomination access to, locker may be given to the nominee. Fourth, where there are joint locker hirers having a contract of locker hire with the either or survivor cause, and where there is no nomination access to the locker may be given to the survivor in case of death of the one of the hirer. So what do you think? Which of the following is not true? So it's very obvious the second statement is not true. You cannot say that locker cannot be hired by limited company, specified association or society. Everybody can have locker. है ना? Every party can have the locker. So the right answer will be your B because it is not true about the locker facility. So right statement, right answer will be your B option. Next, nomination facility is defined section 45 ZC2. So nomination in the different types of your instrument, of your banking instrument, your financial product and services, it is defined under which section? Section 45 ZC2, which particular section? It is section 45 ZC2, ZD, ZE or ZF. A, B, C or D. And the right answer is it is still ZF. It means right option will be your D option. From your section 45 ZC to section 45 ZF, we have a nomination facility. So right answer is D. Okay. Next question. Next we have a customer is entitled to issuance of a duplicate DD in place of lost one provided dash. Let me know which of the following is correct. The question is asking a customer is entitled to issuance of a duplicate demand draft in place of the lost one provided dash. He gives due intimation to the issuing branch. Payment of DD not already made by the drawee bank. Then execution of an indemnity signed by both the payee and the purchaser of the DD and all of the above. Like if you have lost your DD, or your fixed deposit receipt, in that situation what happened? It's very obvious the bank will issue the duplicate demand draft, है ना? But which of the following things should be done in that situation. First, he gives due intimation to the issuing branch. This is true. Payment of DD not already made by the drawing branch, that have to be checked. And third is obviously indemnity bond have to be signed. So right answer will be all of the above. So a customer is entitled to issuance of duplicate DD in place of your lost one, provided these of the details. Okay, so right answer is D, all of the above. Next, a demand draft is issued by the bank to be valid for dash. And these are the options in front of you. A demand draft is issued by the bank to be valid for 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, none of the above. So the validity of demand draft as well as check, both is same. The validity of check and demand draft, they both have same. Earlier it used to be the 6 months, but now it is not. Both check and demand draft used to have the validity of 6 months earlier, but now it is not. So what is right now? It is 3 months only. And after these 3 months validity, when this validity expires, it is known as a stale check. And now when this validity expired, it is known as a stale check. What is a stale check? Simply when the validity of a check is expired. So right answer will be your 3 months. Okay, right answer we have is 3 months. Next. Implementation of electronic benefit transfer scheme is meant for which of the following types of customer? So electronic benefit transfer scheme was meant for which of the following customer? Is it pensioners only, high net worth individuals, low value accounts, or disabled persons? For which type of persons the bank have introduced the electronic benefit transfer scheme? Or not bank have introduced, but implementation have been done in the banking sector. It was only for the pensioners? No. Only for high net worth individuals? No. It is for low value accounts. Okay, it is for low value accounts where we have implemented the electronic benefit transfer scheme. Clear? So right answer will be your C. Okay, next. So these are the questions that we have discussed about the ancillary services of a bank when bank provide the ancillary services, the related services of your banking. Okay, that is your ancillary services. Now, apart from that, first of all, let me know how many answers you have given correct here. Apart from that, if you are looking for a dedicated platform where you will find everything to clear this particular paper, and you do not have to do R&D, you do not have to waste your time in finding the content and managing it to the sequence and all that, then you can go and check the Achievers batch. Here the conceptual classes module wise are available. The recording of the same conceptual classes will be available with all of you. A number of times you want to check, you can check by yourself. Apart from that, the class PDFs will be available, topic wise test will be available, full length mock test will be available. Apart from all these benefits, you will also get here the ebook, and ebook content will be different from your class PDFs, so that you will be revising in the multiple ways that you will be able to recognize everything in the paper. So all these benefits are in the Achievers batch. The same benefits will be in the Mahapack, but in Mahapack, additional benefit will be available. Now, what is additional benefit? All the upcoming batches, let's say revision batch, power pack batch, case study batch, all this will be included in the Mahapack 2.0. Plus, in the Mahapack 2.0, you will get mini marathons, Maha marathons, all together will be available. So, this is the benefit of your Mahapack 2.0. How to enroll? First, download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, you have to go to the exam category of your, let's say this is our home page of application. Exam category we have to select is JAIIB CIB. Then go to the JAIIB May 2024 and you will find the batches. Click on the view all option. You can find the Mahapack here, the Achievers batch here, and all the other individual batches are available. So whatever batch you want to enroll, just click on the batch. Do check the offering. If you scroll down the particular page, you will find this package includes what it will define you. Then after that, the study plan is available. After checking all this, you can click on the buy now option, and after, if you use this code XMS77, so you will get a less discount here. For more discount, you can use the code Y496. If you use this code, you will get 80% discount here Okay, and 1% additional discount is also available if you use the same code on application and use the coins. So 81% discount will be available by using this code. If you use the other code, you will get only 77% discount. Hana, so do use this code, and 9-month validity will be available for all of you. So this amount will be very less. Now 3,400 something you have to pay for 9-month validity of your JAIIB Achievers batch that already started, Hana, and if you want to enroll in the Mahapack or if you want to enroll in individual subject batch, you can do. The same process is there to enroll in the batches, and the same code will be there, Y496. 81% discount will be available when you use this code on the Adda 24/7 application. Okay, so this is all for today, and if you want to join these live sessions of your YouTube to practice the certain number of questions, for that what you have to do, you have to subscribe the Officers Adda 24/7 channel, press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Okay, this is the Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. If you haven't seen the earlier sessions, what you have to do, you have to go to the playlist of Officers Adda 24/7. In the playlist, you will find the recording available already, and you can check the recording there. Okay, so this is all for today. Let's end the session here. Thank you all for joining the session. Have a very great day, and do not forget to share the session with your friends who are also going to give the paper of your JAIIB May 2024. And in advance, a Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you everyone. See you in the next class.